Cuckoo Cucurella, drink an Estrella. Haaland's trembling, Cucurella's coming. Haaland's trembling, Cucurella's coming. So eat a biscuit. I'm not sure it quite works.
Good lyrics.
Not sure it quite works. Did he surprise you during the tournament?
He did. To be honest, I thought he could be a weak link, and I thought he was absolutely outstanding. I wondered where that performance had been for Chelsea, but I thought, what a performance. He really played well. I thought that's where we could maybe get at them. And Laporte as well. I'm looking at him as centre-back, and I'm thinking, nah, he used to be good. But no, but all these players absolutely surprised me. Dani Carvajal, I hate him, but what a player.
Why do you hate him?
Because he annoys me. He was like Gary Neville. I always used to go like that, but I always used to think, what a player. I hated him as a person, as a player and everything, but I used to admire him for the attitude. For every game, they're a winner. That's what Gary Neville was like, and Carvajal reminded me just of that.
It was fantastic during the tournament, that's for sure. Joining us now for more on this is Spanish football expert Semra Hunter. Morning, Semra.
Good morning.
Hey, Semra, look, over here we were talking about if England had won the Euros, we were going to build a statue for Gareth Southgate. Are they going to build a statue for Luis de la Fuente?
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they did, because they're already talking about rewriting the history books and putting him right up there with the likes of Luis Aragonés and Vicente del Bosque, because he has been a hugely successful manager in a really short amount of time. He's only been in the job, I think it's like 16 months. And he led them to glory in the Nations League last year. They won the tournament. And they had a perfect record in the Euros, which no other nation has ever had at the European Championship. And now they've won their first major trophy, if you don't count that last one in the Nations League, for the first time in 12 years. So everybody is completely just on their knees, bowing down, worshipping Luis de la Fuente, which is such a change of tune, shall we say, from about a year ago when everybody was hoping to get him out the door because of his fervent supports of Rubiales, his friend, his mate at the time.
So what do people make of the reports that maybe he could be a target for the USA job?
Wow, that's interesting. I hadn't heard that, but I'll be honest with you. I don't think he's going to go anywhere, because why would he? I mean, Spain now clearly have a very good opportunity to do something very big at the World Cup in 2 years' time. And the motto that they had actually written across the top of the open top bus yesterday is, this is just the beginning. So they clearly feel as though they have the World Cup on their sights, on the horizon. Luis de la Fuente is front and center in terms of how successful they've been so far. I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he feels as though there's still more work to be done. He's been hugely successful in the lower categories of the federation. He won the Euros with the under-19s and the under-21s. No other coach has been able to win all four of those trophies mentioned so far. So no. I wouldn't believe that for a second.
What makes him so good? What is it that makes him? What has he got? Is it tactically? Is it more personal with the players? Is it everything? Does he tick all the boxes? Because looking at him, and at the start of the tournament, I was thinking, who is he? And he seems to have a great connection with the players. But is it tactics, or is it sort of, because managers can be like that? They can be very personal managers with the players, and they want to play for them. What is it that he has?
I think you're absolutely right. He does tick all the boxes at just the right time, because you weren't the only one scratching your head and saying, who is this guy? Where did he come from? Why have they made him the senior coach? Because not many of us in Spain really knew who he was a year and a half ago. So he was a bit of an unknown quantity. And so we were all a little bit cautious when they won the Nations League, because we were a bit hesitant to get really excited at the prospect of them winning and competing again. But I tell you what, he's completely won everybody over. And it is that nice mix of him being tactically very astute. I mean, he has Spain playing a completely different football to what we saw circa 2008 to 2012, which was more that tiki-taka passing, short passing game. Now they can attack down the wings with pace, with speed, with verve. They can come through the middle. They can play the long game, play the short game. They can they can play through the lines. They can either forfeit possession, they can keep possession, they can build out the back. I mean, they have such a wide array of playing styles that it makes them very difficult to actually stop, which is what made them so unstoppable tactically. But beyond that, he's a wonderful man manager. The players adore him and they have backed him from day one. They've been completely supportive of him. And he's created a very family-oriented, family kind of vibe within the dressing room. And that's the word that's been repeated time and time again. So it's a proper team, a proper group and a collective where everybody really backs and supports one another.
It must have been a wonderful couple of days in Spain. Is the fiesta still going on?
I think everyone's a little bit tired and hungover, to be honest with you, because it's been going for about 2 days now. But it was quite a party in Spanish capital yesterday. I was trying to find the exact number of how many people filled the streets, and they're saying 500,000, about 500,000 people turned up. So just a sea of red and yellow all throughout the streets of Madrid. And obviously it ended up in Cibeles, which is the main square where normally Real Madrid celebrate all of their trophy wins. And it was quite a fiesta. Fiestón, we would call it, which is a big party.
Very envious, Semra. Look, thank you very much for joining us. Back to the party.
Thank you very much. Speak soon. Take care.
Lots more suggestions for the next England manager coming in. Maureen in Liverpool says Jesse Marsh. Look what a job he's done at Canada.
No, but couldn't I just say about Semra? I've seen a lot of her throughout the Euros on Sky, and she's a fantastic reporter. Somebody she's great knowledge, great sort of passion that comes across in her interviews. And when you see her on Sky and they're doing that link, that Zoom, proper good reporting.
Brilliant. Big Ange, says somebody. Get him off the spuds. England manager says, Alistair from Aberdeen, please take Steve Clarke. And Patrick, the Spurs fan, says, if you asked 100 people to pick the England team, 90 of them would pick the same players. My point is we know the best players. All we need is someone with some man management and tactical ability. Give it to Rob Edwards, a young progressive manager. Let's take a quick call. Sean is a Leeds and England fan. Morning, Sean.
Morning, Jeff. Morning, Phil. Bunch of legends. How you doing?
Morning,
Sean.
Sean.
Very good, thanks, mate. Yeah, what do you got to say, Sean?
Yeah, just something to touch on. I think one of your callers earlier touched on it. I think we love a scapegoat, and I think that just really weighs heavy in the England shirt. I think Stuart Pearce has mentioned before that the England shirt weighs super heavy, and I think a lot of that's to do with, we just love to point the finger. Don't get me wrong, everyone's got opinions. It's valid to have an opinion. Tactics this way should drop this person, X, Y, Z. But I think when we attack players, as not the media as such, but social media more so, they're scared to make mistakes, I would say. I mean, what's the classic saying, form's temporary, class is permanent. Bellingham scoring an overhead kick in the last minute to get us through. He shouldn't be criticised for, other parts of his performance.
Yeah,
I think,
look, Sean, you make a good point. I mean, it's a team game. It's too easy to pick out scapegoats, I think.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.